Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie case out of Pima County, Arizona. Months missing and still more questions than answers. Tonight, I'm going to be speaking on the porch guy and why I think the Nancy Guthrie was honestly not alive the time she was taken out of the house. And I'm going to judge that based off of the ransom letter. We will get into all of that and a lot more on the other side of this. Maybe.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face.
Sing it if you know
They
it.
called me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me
Thank you, Maggie, for the cake for cooking. This is you. Thank you, baby.
I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart,
Just not
fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Here we go.
Hold up, lights on, chat in the room, another late night, and another headline blooming. Coffee gone cold, but the story got heat, and one little detail keep tapping my screen. Coming in clutch, when the timeline bends, we don't just scroll, we connect loose ends. Somebody said, nah, that's probably enough, but the chat said, Justin, we're coming in clutch. Run that back, don't rush that part, something fell wrong from the very first start. Different day, same shaky excuse, and the math ain't mathin' when we check the proof. I'm not here to play detective for fame, I'm here when the story starts changing names. One clip, one call, one post too much, and the whole room knows we're coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, yeah, the facts stay loud. Truth don't hide when we bring the crowd. Screens lit up and the chat don't sleep. We dig real deep where the stories get steep. Pearls in the chat, lights in the back. Somebody better explain why the story went flat. You could dodge one question, maybe dodge two. With the internet clock, what you said don't cue. Wait, say that again. You said it was there, then it wasn't back then. You said you forgot, but the record got saved. Now the chat's wide awake and the room just changed.
Coming in clutch when it all gets strange, when the facts get buried and the tone starts change. We don't need drama, the truth does enough. That's why they pull up, we're coming in clutch.
Late night crew, yeah, we built this thing. One live stream turned to a whole damn ring. Members in green miles holding it down. Whole chat moving like a small town crowd. No fake hype, no lazy spin. Just one more clue and we're back again. If it don't sit right, we don't let it slide. We put the detail right up on live.
Coming in clutch, say it one more time. Whole room locked on the very next line. From the first red flag to the final touch, you know where to be, we're coming in clutch.
When the screen fades out and the night gets still, somebody somewhere knows truth comes real. We'll be right here when the next facts drop. Coming in clutch and we don't just stop.
Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. And your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is July 24th, 2026. It is currently 7:38 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Yeah. Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate you, babies. Good to see you. How you doing? Good to see everyone. Thank you, Chris, for the floating heart. Appreciate you very, very much. Good to see everyone in here tonight. We're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case that has been way into entirely long on this case. I thought there would be a lot more answers by now. In fact, I thought there would be answers by the time shortly after Porch Guy came out. Hello, Miss Deb. Good to see you. Sherry, Lolo, peace. Good to see you. Susan, Brenda, Robin, Miss Shari, Giggle, Patty, thank you so much for the gold coin. Thank you so much, dear Connie. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Pauline, everyone. Guys, lost the feedback. Was it me cutting out? Was it me cutting out? On the phone laptop, it needs a charge. You better charge that, low red. All right, guys, before we get started, if you would be so kind and please do me a big favor and hit that thumbs up button, would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you would consider sharing this live stream out, hit that share button, copy that link, drop it in any of your favorite social media, and if you consider hyping this video on YouTube after the live stream. On YouTube, you get 3 hypes a week. If you don't use it, you lose it. And you have to do it on a mobile device, your phone or your tablet. Good to see everyone in here. Clippy, thank you so much for the silver star. Maggie May, thank you for the eagle. How you doing, girl? Good to see you, dear. Baby Red, thank you for the Unk alert. How you doing, baby? Good to see you. Army White, thank you for the gold coin, my dear. Appreciate you. Baby Red, thank you so much for the floating heart. Donna, thank you for the clutch. And Little Texas, how you doing, darling? Too, thank you so much for the sparkles. Brenda, thank you for the silver alert. And Chris, thank you for the 10 jewels, the floating heart. Patty, thank you for the gold coin. Night Shadow, thank you for the Unk alert. And looking glass 21 months, girl. How you doing? Happy Friday. How you doing? Good to see you. Looking Glass, you're an OG for sure. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. Rescue Dog Mama, come in clutch at gold coin. How you doing, girl? Good to see you. And Tina, thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Justin, I'm listening in the bushes, not feeling the greatest. Oh, girl, let me know how that goes. See, I can't do it. Because it makes me too sick. It does. I just can't get used to it. Good luck. Let me know if you get used to it or not. It's tough. I know. I'm just going to have to be fluffy, I guess, or just get my ass up and walk a little bit more or something. But that's a whole nother live stream. Hey, Shell, good to see Ann. Elizabeth, good to see everyone. Robin, Horse, Pam, ML Marshall, hello. All right, guys, a lot to cover this evening. I did some AI and stuff, and a lot of you guys were talking about a video that, help me out, I cannot think of the creator's name right now. He did the eyes of the porch guy, and a lot of people still believe this is Tommaso. And let me just say, we have no idea at the end of the day who did this to Nancy, what the motive was, or anything. So there's a lot of theories out there. I personally, just in my personal opinion, I don't believe it's Tommaso is the porch guy. I just don't. But they're monks. Yes, thank you for that. Monks did, I think, a video of the porch guy, and I asked AI to measure this guy's eyes and all of this, and we'll go over that here in a little bit. Justin could be a flight attendant person, just saying. One of my girlfriends is actually. Yeah, I don't know if I could. I mean, I wouldn't mind, going international all the time. It's a lot though. I still do believe DNA is involved. A lot of people do. And I can't blame you for that either. But the thing that I question with ANT is I just don't believe. I just don't believe that this guy is Tommaso. Do any of you guys believe it's Tommaso? It's okay if you do. We're a safe space. You can believe what you want here. I just personally don't. I think this guy looks way too young for that. And I've got some video of Tommaso walking kind of in a hurry. And I just don't think it's him. I'm not sure his face is wider. No, possibly. I do for sure, Poppy says. Okay. Eyes too close together. I don't think it's him. Might need a new phone. My phone just zapped power. Not good, misery. Yeah. With the photo you showed, it looks like Luke. I would believe it's Luke before I would Tommaso. That's just me. And we'll get into all of this. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We got a lot to get into today. So batten down the hatches. It might be a long one if y'all are ready for it. I think it's his brother, and he closed down his shop in Italy for a whole month. Really? When the moon hits you. I don't know why I'm starting to sing that whenever I think of Italy. I don't think they have any idea who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't think it's family, unless well, I don't know. This is a confusing one. This one is a confusing one. First I want to get into like I said, we got a lot to cover tonight. So I want to get to Cheryl McCollum. Love Cheryl. She did a breakdown on the Nancy Guthrie case with News Nation, and then we're going to get into some presentations and stuff I'm going to show you guys. And then I want to go over something one of the neighbors said back in the first month, I believe, when Nancy went missing, that kind of sticks out to me as well. I think they know more than what we have been told. Oh, I agree with that. So I spoke to one of my sources this morning. Well, it was actually last night, but it was early in the morning, if you will. And she was telling me, how I said that the Pima County, like a lot of the police doesn't even know what's going on there, allegedly. And she seems to think that they know a lot more. That's why they are being super, super secretive. I agree. I think they know who it is. I think they're putting this together. And I think we're not going to know until we know. You really do, Sherry? Some people think it's Nanos. I mean, I don't think it's Nanos, but Some people do. Some people do. Yes, Justin stays up all night, and I've received texts from him at all hours. No rest for the weary. No rest for the weary. Ugh, I get no sleep. I get no sleep. Thank you, Christine. Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. Really good to see you. I think I do my best work in the early hours of the morning, actually. Crystal, thank you so very much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you. And thank you again, Christina. Good to see you, my friend. Want to go to our friends at News Nation, and we're going to cover the smaller stuff before we get into the deeper dives here tonight.
Cheryl, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Let's say, for example, this is a real note. Let's say it's really from the fact that this has just been released, the fact that this has now been come out, does this complicate the investigation in any way?
If it is real, it should have never been released. If they're still working it, they need to work it. This hurts the family. This hurts the investigation. We don't need people out there.
Okay, let's ask this. If you were Savannah, would you be happy with how this case was ran, in your opinion? Maybe I should do a poll on that. If you were the family, would you happy how this case is going? Yes, no. Just a simple yes or no. 1 in chat for yes, 2 in chat for no. It'll go it'll go right to the poll there. I don't think anybody could be happy. Now, maybe if you were a family member and involved, you might be happy. Dare I say. But yeah, I'm not really thinking so. Jane, thank you so much for the sunshine. Appreciate you, babies. Oh, Mr. Sun. We need some sunshine today. It's dreary here. Okay, here we go.
I mean, even myself, who cares what I think? The FBI
I do. I care what you think.
I appreciate you. But I'm saying for this investigation, they need to hold this close to the vest. We don't need to be speculating on what this means or what that means. They need to be going to work every day on this thing.
Tell me what's going on right now with the FBI in the sense, do they know definitively whether this note is real or not?
Jules with the unk alert. Thank you, Jules.
Or are they just not saying what they know? Because I'm wondering, I mean, I'm listening to you and I'm like, it seems like a clear-cut case of maybe this note is not real, but what are they doing to try to verify it? Would they tell us if it was real or not?
They're trying to track this person down. And for whatever reason, they're having trouble doing that. But they're looking again at when this note was delivered, why it was delayed 48 hours, the amount of money they're asking for. Again, it's odd amounts.
Yeah. I mean, what letters? What ransom letter is delayed 48 hours? And what ransom letter do they say, we'll keep her up to 7 days? Right, or 36,000 miles, whichever one comes first, like a warranty letter here. You know,
if you don't do it until the second
ridiculous
deadline, we want 6 million. Why not 10? Why not 50? Why not 100? Like, it's a weird amount of money. Bitcoin was odd. Even the person that wrote this note to say, hey,
everything about this is odd.
7 days. Wow, why are you giving us a week to get the money together? It makes no sense.
Yes.
If you're watching what.
Yeah. We'll give you 7 days to get your money together. That's weird. It's like, you better cough up the change now, this ransom letter should say. I mean, to wait 48 hours is ridiculous in the first place.
It's Savannah Guthrie's mother. Obviously, you're going to address the note to her because she's the one in the family with money. This sounds.
Well, that's what we're going to get into. Why this is what the live stream is about today. And Crystal says, I don't understand why they can't tell Savannah where her mother's body is, and why I believe that Nancy was not alive when she left. Because I'll tell you why. The thing that has always spooked them off is whenever you say, okay, we're willing to give you the money. Here's the money. Even if she's dead, we'll give you the money. But you need to give us, well, they originally said, you need to give us proof of life. They quit talking. Quit talking. Then the next letter is, we're sorry, she's dead. She wasn't alive, in my opinion. She was not alive. That spooked these Ransom people off. Spooked them off. And the next day, sorry about that. You know, she had a heart attack. There's nothing you could have did or we could have done, right? No, I don't think Nancy was alive. I think Nancy, for whatever reason, was the target. Something she did or knew or financial. Has to be, in my opinion. Hey, Plant Lady, good to see you, girl. Thank you so much. Love you, Justin. You missed my milestone chat today and my 1,000 points gift the other day. I am so sorry. I am so bad. Sorry, baby. Just want to send you love to you and all the pearls. Thank you so much, Plant Lady. I apologize, my love. I don't see your milestone. Oh, there it is now. Now I see it. 25 months, girlfriend. Oh, gee. How you doing? Love you, Justin and Pearls. Happy Friday. Love you too, babies. Appreciate you very, very much, Plant Lady. Thank you very much. And I apologize for not seeing the 1,000 points. Appreciate you, my love. Very, very much. Good to see you, baby. And Miss Dolores, I pray for Nancy. Love you guys. We love you too, Miss Dolores. Good to see you, baby. How you doing? Thank you so much. And GT, how you doing, girl, for the butterfly? Thank you, baby. Good to see you. Appreciate you very, very much. And Jules, thank you, Justin. You're awesome. Thank you. You're awesome, girlfriend. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, love. I agree. This whole thing is strange. What is real? What isn't real? What is fake and what isn't fake? It's very confusing. Very confusing, right? Richui says Nancy knew something and wasn't complying with something. And again, people say Nancy was very hard-headed. And she wasn't afraid to speak her mind. Did that piss someone off? Let's just be real. Let's be real. Doesn't mean anything that happened to her should have happened, because it should never happen to anybody, let alone an 84-year-old woman sleeping in their bed at night. But nonetheless, did she say something? Know something? Don't know. Right? Oh, I'm not going to call you stupid. No. I mean, I don't think that's stupid, Yacht, but I think it's just very unlikely. Someone that's 84 years old just doesn't, in my opinion, get kidnapped in the middle of the night. She was very family oriented. Her health was, declining and all that. But I think we naturally want to think that she's, on an island somewhere sipping margaritas, with the cute chauffeur guy. But it's highly unlikely, in my opinion. Ollie, thank you so much for the 30 jewels, my darling. The clutch. How you doing? Appreciate you, baby. Good to see you. I still wonder if she's safe and wouldn't give them info they needed. I don't think so. You do kind of lose your filter as you get older. You don't really care as much what people think. You've lived it.
It's like a con to me. Even asking for U.S. currency. Who talks that way?
Who talks that way? What about that second note? The idea, oh, we're sorry. We didn't realize she had such a health ailments.
When they said USD, that's when I knew, like, this person, it just makes me think he's not American. He's not born in America. He's got other ties. That could be Mexico. It could be, anywhere international. Or it could be like something in, finances and says USD maybe. because of the Bitcoin. This guy obviously knows about Bitcoin, and all of that as well.
She died, buried in nature. I mean, assuming it was an apology, by the way, but what do you make of that?
Everybody's buried in nature. If you're buried, you're in nature. So again, they're saying something, they're over-explaining. It's odd. It doesn't make any sense. It just does not ring true to me. If you are still trying to ransom her and she has died and you've gotten away with it, why are you continuing to reach out? Seems like to me you can get ghost and be done.
Cheryl, are we ever going to find out what
Thank
happened?
you, just saying, Julie.
Jesse, I pray every day that answers are coming.
Thank you so much.
It's taken a long time to find just the author of this note. We have still not found Miss Guthrie. So every day, I mean, it's less and less. It's going to happen unless it just happens.
Look, I speak to a number of experts, including yourself, since this started, and they said this is not a CSI episode. This is not TV. It takes a long time. I've seen it myself. I see investigations last for years. It's just there's aspects of this one that make it different and make me wonder, is this family ever going to get answers? And that's really a really chilling thing to think about. Cheryl McCollum, thank you so much for coming on. It's good to see you.
Okay. I love Cheryl. I think she is absolutely great. And, the buried in nature and all of this, there's a lot of things that it just simply doesn't sound right. Okay, next little thing I want to get into from Fox True Crime. Illuminating clue. The FBI says a possible ransom note in Nancy Guthrie disappearance mentioned a floodlight. Fox News Digital identified 2 floodlights outside of her home, and the Fox flight team located another in her backyard. FBI Phoenix SAC Heath Jank confirmed the detail but declined further specifics, citing the ongoing investigation. So, appears to be 4 floodlights. 2 of them in the yellow right here appear to be intact, and these 2 in the back appear to be damaged, right? And I find that interesting. It's seemingly they did not want the news around those floodlights in the very beginning. They just simply did not want them in the back, which, drones and helicopters and everything. But this person, very early on, within the first, 2 days or so, is writing about these floodlights and the watch. And again, I've always seemed to believe that they know more. It says, for argument's sake, let's say she made buddies with her church people's friends and they could give her a life, or her family doesn't fight over her or anything else, and she went willingly. I really, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? I think I always say the people that think that you guys are truly the best of humanity, because you guys just can't imagine that there are just these evil people like this out here that would hurt an 84-year-old woman. But unfortunately, there are for their own selfish reasons or their own selfish gain. Okay, so moving on here, want to go with things. Where should we start next? Before we do the presentation, we'll do. Let's play this. I want to show you Tommaso here. I want to show you Tommaso, and this was him. Just watch how he walks. Watch how he walks here. Let me take this. Watch him. Now, he's on a mission here, right? He's on a mission here. I don't believe this guy and that guy are the same. Tommaso's old, or he's more, I don't know. You think it's a fake walk? He's on a mission here, right? Like, he's walking fast. I notice how his left foot kind of does stick out, though, as well. The pockets have some bulges. I think this person was hired. I do believe this person was hired. That's the way I feel. Yes, it indicates loss of life. Hence, the pacemaker went off, indicating loss of life. Don't look for me, which is why they changed their back to kidnapping when they see what was going on. I still don't believe the intention was a kidnapping. It wasn't a kidnapping until the family projected that theory. First letter, I think it's a homicide, in my opinion. They didn't want her found. Yes, yeah, and you got to remember. Okay, let me show you this. I had to cover up the pew pew because YouTube got me. The AI got me, but this guy, I mean, not that Tommaso can't move slower, but this guy moves. You would think that this guy would be moving like Tommaso in that video, don't you? Like he's either already unalived someone or he's about to unalive someone. But he's, just like he's getting ready to go, drink tea and eat crumpets. I am sure that he's been watched enough to know. Oh, I'm sure. Do we know anything about Luke's brother? Yes, I do. And Luke's brother, in my opinion, is the last person I would personally be looking. Just me. That's just me, by the way. Let me take this down. I don't think Luke's brother, he's got it together. Luke's brother, right? So, yeah. Okay, let me show you this. Now, I was looking at AI and I was asking AI to do the eyes and all this for me. And AI said that it means the distance between the centers of his eyes takes up about 46% of the visible width of his masked head in that particular image. Picture the visible head width as 100 equal parts. The eyes are roughly 46 parts apart. The remaining 54 parts are split between the outside of each eye and the sides of the head. This does not tell us his actual eye spacing in inches. It gives us a proportion that can be compared with other straight-on photographs. So if another person's photo also measures 44 to 49%, the proportions may be similar, but that would not prove, obviously, it's the same person. Thank you, little Texas. Appreciate you, baby. Good to see you. Thank you very much. I haven't, Lolo. I got your message. Thank you for that, little Texas. Appreciate you, baby. So there's that. Let me pop this over. And then I had to take away, this is a photo. I just had to take away the pew pew part there as well. This guy, just look at the outline of him. He's younger. This is not Tommaso. Look him straight on the left eye, inconsistent with the right. Yeah, I mean, all of our faces are not symmetry, right? If our faces were actually symmetry, we would look very odd. We would look extremely odd, actually. Our imperfections kind of make us perfect, if you will. So, with Monk's video, was he trying to like point toward? I'm not saying he was saying that someone was involved, but did he share in that video about like who he thought it could potentially be? Let me see. Is it possible Porch Guy was hired only to make a cameo because Mom was already gone? Anything is possible in this case. No, okay. He's like 15 to 35. He ain't 50 to 60. I think this guy is 30 to maybe 28 to 38. Potentially close to, even 40, but I don't think he's Tommaso's age. But if you go to Monk's video about his right eye, I put Tommaso's eye in ChatGPT and it came back to has a problem with the right iris. The only thing about with these photos that we have is it's in night vision, and that can really make things how can I say it, it's not as clear. Like it, the pixels might be off with the eye, it could be off with the lip, it could be, it's so, to me it makes it distorts. Yeah, it makes things wonky. And so that's why, like, Monks did discover the iris, but he did not compare it to anyone else's. Okay, he shared that they both okay, where the it's where the iris sticks out a little, or I forget it's the iris, I'm pretty sure. Did Mom make it home though? I absolutely believe she made it home. A lot of people don't though. A lot of people don't. You know what I mean? Thank you, Leslie, for the eagle. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. Good to see you, Miss Liz. How you doing, girl? Appreciate you, baby. Can we do a poll? See who else agrees that he resembles Zach. Not convinced. He was in Jordan and still a little sketchy in my opinion. Crazy Buck. I know, but I've got some more photos. I've been doing some stuff, behind the scenes and stuff, and I don't think it's Zach now, in my opinion. But I think this person could look very similar to Zach. I do think that. Oh, Mary Joe, thank you for the eagle, baby. Appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you, Miss Mary. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. No, Monk didn't say anybody in particular, but I did get a photo of Tommaso's eye and put it together. ChatGPT, gotcha. I truly believe the original communication was spoken into one of the home cameras, and they started contacting media once no reply. I don't know what you mean by that. Thank you so much, Horsey, for the laughing disco. How you doing, girl? Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. I don't think anyone has ever been in as much pain as I am right now. Oh, Joe, I'm so sorry, my dear. I'm so sorry. I agree. He looks on the younger side, definitely not older. Yeah, this guy, he's certainly still got his testosterone. You know, he's a young guy. You can see it. Just his legs and the way he's filled out and all of that. I think Monk is a creator, Crystal. I think she just walked off, got lost, and this person is just trying to capitalize. But but I don't know, Brittany. See, this is the thing. I mean, she's got blood and everything, and they knew where the watch was in the house, and the lights outside broke. So I don't know. What's up? Thank you so much for the marshmallow, darling. Good to see you. Your little marshmallow there in the picture too. Thank you so much. It's Maritime. Thank you for the marshmallow, my darling. Appreciate you. Good to see you, my dear. Blood pacemaker phone, Apple Watch, garage door disconnect from app, pajamas, no shoes. She made it home. I agree. Exactly. Well said. Honey Bay, thank you so much for the clutch, baby. Appreciate you very much. Okay, so I want to get into something that our friend Brian Hinton, this is an old one, but I've got some points that I want to make. This was day 34 or 37, something like, let me see what he says. Day 37. Now he sits down with this neighbor and then we're going to get to something else, but let me see where the timestamp is on this. Okay, it's right near the beginning. All right, ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
There's been so much.
I did a bit in high school.
Let me find.
I did. I have a picture window in my bathroom,
right here.
And I
Listen.
see all the people walking by in the mornings, and I noticed this strange guy with his hat down really low. He was kind of hunched over, not in, walking or hiking gear. He was dressed in kind of street clothing. So I thought that was weird because that's not normal.
And it stood out to you?
Oh, yeah. I said something to my husband and my mother. So, yeah.
And how?
Now, that had to be very strange for her neighborhood, right? Because she said she's not seen anybody like that in her neighborhood. And she's like, oh, yeah, it stood out to me. And then she said she mentions it to her mother and her husband, right? Because, there's a creep around your house that you don't know. You say, watch out for something like
street
this.
Clothing. So I thought that was weird because that's not normal.
And it stood out to you?
Oh, yeah. I said something to my husband and my mother. So, yeah.
And how often has something like that happened where it stood out to you enough to say something?
Not often at all. I see the same people. They're people I know, my friends. Yeah. So, no. I think once, maybe 12 years ago, I saw a strange guy.
Did you tell?
Once 12 years ago, more than a decade ago.
The police?
I did. I told the FBI the day after they came here, and I discussed that with them. So this is my window that I'm getting ready in the morning, and I saw him out there. So I couldn't make out his face, although his hat was way down, and I think I can open up this one too.
Okay.
See, since
Thank
we
you,
have
Ann. Thank you,
all
Ann.
this stuff going on, and we have to have it all fixed.
So this guy, she's here doing her makeup, looking out the window, and this guy is in street clothes. He's got his hat way down, right? Like trying not to be seen. I'm doing 56 things at once. You need to be doing 57 things, Ginger, at once. Not 56, 57, please. Thank you.
So this one is usually open as well. So you've got a pretty good view.
So Nancy's is up that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you've got a pretty good view, and he was walking down the road, and I always see people and I think, oh, that's my friend Nora, or that's this person or that person. And I saw him and I was like, oh, that guy doesn't fit. So.
And this was sometime around January 11th.
Yes. So my birthday is January 8th. That's
Okay.
why I remember so well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her birthday is January 8th. Now, January 11th is very, very important to this case, right? Because this is whenever the porch guy was allegedly on the porch prior, right? Thank you, Susie. Good to see you, babe. Thank you so much for your flower, Jewel. Appreciate you very much. In my opinion, the family is behind all of this. I didn't go as planned, and it didn't go as planned, and it all went south. Well, I mean, whoever did this, they were certainly this was pre-planned, right? Dolores, thank you so much, babe. Appreciate you very much for the super sticker. Thank you, babes. Really appreciate it. What would be the motivation for kidnapping her? That's a good question, Brittany. And we don't know. We simply don't know. I mean, who kidnaps an 84-year-old woman to begin with out of her bed at night? It has to be either someone, she knew some information that could hurt someone, like potentially put them away in jail, or they feel like they were wronged by her. You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, FBI did say the other day of camera footage. Yeah. There was reporting, though, that they got some more footage, like where the pool area and stuff is, too. So, definitely. January 11th, my babies were born. Wasn't me.
And describe him again.
Well, he was in kind of street clothes, not shoes that you'd walk in, and he had a baseball hat really low, and he was kind of hunched over, and he was kind of looking around, and he just didn't fit. And he wasn't going terribly quickly like a normal person that's getting exercise.
You know who else wasn't going terribly quickly? He wasn't going terribly quickly at all. He's keeping his head down. Not wanting to be seen.
Street clothes, not shoes that you'd walk in, and he had a baseball hat really low, and he was kind of hunched over, and he was kind of looking around, and he just didn't fit. And he wasn't going terribly quickly like a normal person that's getting exercise. He was kind of going slowly, and when he walked by this street, he really took a long look at it.
That's a question I would love for Brian to ask. Did this guy right here and porch guy, or the guy that she's seen outside of her window close to January 11th, did they kind of walk similar? Was their build similar? You know what? Tell us about that.
Enough for you to remember to tell your husband.
Yeah. It freaked me out. And I'm not one of those people to be super freaked out by that. But I was like, that's weird.
Yeah. What was it like when the FBI came?
They were young and just listening and asking a couple of questions and wanted to know if our Ring camera worked. And it didn't at that time, unfortunately. I don't know if it would have gotten any of the road because our house is so set back. So I don't know if we would have been much help, but just questions like that.
It's interesting, like no one's Ring cameras work in this neighborhood, it seems like.
Well, it's
not
such
totally
a safe
confirmed.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like half the time we used to not lock our doors. We do now. Now we have cameras and things like that. But no, I've never.
Did you notice, Justin, there is a part of the video missing when he is at the plants and then he is at the door. We don't see him walking into the door.
Never even had a package stolen ever in 23 years. So
it really is one of those, because I heard some people say, oh yeah, it's like one of those places you wouldn't lock your doors, but you really didn't.
Yeah,
He's
we really
definitely got
didn't.
something underneath. Yeah.
We really didn't. I mean, I had 3 teenagers wandering around here, and yeah, I'd come home and the back door would be wide open. I'm like, who's that? So yeah, never a problem, ever.
Maple's getting kind of anxious here.
Yeah.
Maple, she's so funny. Do you have any, you always walk her, so we all know her. Do you have any are people, do they feel like this is an inside job? Or, because there's a sense from some that this is someone maybe even like in the neighborhood.
There's actually at a dinner last night, there was a discussion about it, people that live in this neighborhood, and we're all just throwing things around. Like some people are like, it's for sure a Savannah connection. Some people are like, that guy in the video seemed so lackadaisical that maybe it's a, robbery gone bad. I mean, yeah, I have my theories, but they change.
This isn't a robbery gone bad. This is premeditated, in my opinion. What I don't understand is all these people have cameras, but unfortunately it wasn't working. Make that make sense. I mean, Nancy's got cameras in her house. She's got cameras in her house. Yep. We're going to go over a little bit of that in just a minute. Crazy, my darling. Thank you so much. I'm positive they got thumbnails from previous recon on Nancy's porch. I think they did too. I think there's certainly reason they're talking about January 11th. We have cameras on stands because our home sits off the road. I'll call 911. I called 2 nights ago on 3 guys going door to door trying to sell Verizon package. No car, 7:45 p.m. Just what I do. They were not from our neighborhood. Yes, I'm the glass crabbits. Well, that's okay. Always be safe than sorry. See something, say something. Maybe they didn't want to give footage. Yes. The dog is boosting Brian's credibility. It's cute. Could those cameras be blocked on purpose during that time? I mean, I guess anything is possible. Who benefits the most? What's the upside? Well, that's a question a lot of people say. Well, who benefits the most? Sometimes in these things, nobody really has to benefit. You don't have to benefit necessarily. Now, generally, there is a benefit. I want to say that. But sometimes there's not. Sometimes you just hate a person for whatever reason. Whether they've gotten in, it's a son-in-law that's gotten in your, they feel like you got a nosy mother-in-law, or she's, you feel like she's wronged you in some way or whatever. Sometimes someone just hates someone as well. But this being an 84-year-old woman, and this is the thing, regardless what this is, like if no family is involved at all, let's say no family is involved, I feel like at least Savannah and Annie and Tommaso, they gotta know. Like, I would be surprised. I mean, maybe they don't know, but like, you probably know what your 84-year-old mother is into, and something that might have went a little south with someone or whatever. Don't you think? Not nice to say, but nobody doesn't have to worry about Nancy alone in their home. Well, a lot of people times, caregiving is very stressful. Wiccan community, someone who knows that family, in my opinion.
Then when you start thinking about stuff, you're like, So I hope we find her and find out.
Are you surprised it's taken this long?
No, because I think someone brought to my attention that a lot of these cases take 30 plus days.
Yep.
So,
Thank you, baby.
Yeah,
Appreciate
so I'm not
you.
surprised. I did not I was not here the night she was taken, but I arrived home the next morning. And then when we found out she was missing, we all went out looking for her. So I thought we would find her, honestly.
Like it was just some kind of not that serious of a situation.
No,
Yeah.
like she had fallen or just something. Yeah.
Were you just out of town that weekend or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in Phoenix. I got home on Sunday morning from my daughter Harper lives in Phoenix.
Okay.
So, yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Probably not.
That must have been like, what were you thinking when you heard about this?
I was shocked. My elderly mother lives a street away. So I was like, oh my gosh, like this is terrifying, and poor Nancy. And yeah, so we just all kind of went out on foot. We all went driving around. I asked the sheriff a few questions and he's like, yep, we already did that. I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's why, like, that's, you know, the $1 million question, right? Like, what was for dinner at the daughter's house that night? Who cooked? When did T return back home? We know what time, or look, we know what time he arrived at Nancy's, but we don't know what time he arrived home. And I can't for the life of me understand why Tommaso hasn't came out and spoken about his account. Now, people will say, well, he's going to be judged. He's going to be judged, Justin. If he's damned if he do, he's damned if he don't. Well, don't worry about being damned, in my opinion. Worry about finding Mrs. Guthrie, your mother-in-law. Tell us what you did that evening, what you were talking about on the way home. Was she worried about anything? Was she feeling bad? Had she been stressed? Did she give any concerns to you that evening? Was there anything suspicious on your drive there? Was anyone following you? How about that? Rather, they're up here putting their faces like this in the car, which is really frustrating. I'm sorry, but it's really frustrating. That was us peasants. Oh my lord, those peasants. If they have nothing to hide, he shouldn't be worried. Well, Tony, I always say in true crime, people who have nothing to hide nothing, right?
Your mom lives close?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my sister.
Okay. Are you, I just keep thinking about my mom throughout this whole thing. Like, I think a lot of people are connecting to it because a lot of people have older parents, and you just kind of worry. Maple, come here, Maple.
Well, and kind of going off that, you know, with Tommaso, like, yeah, what time did he arrive at the house? Because, I mean, come on, this is Tucson. There's fucking cameras everywhere. If Tommaso went back home and stayed in the house the rest of the night, which is what people do generally after 10 p.m., if he stayed home the rest of the night, cameras should be able to verify that. His phone should be able to verify that. Is the vehicle was a little bit older, so I don't know if the vehicle would verify that or not. But let's say he dropped her off, he went back home. Why the hell did they keep his car for 30, 40 days afterwards? Why were they looking specifically in the garage and another room? Why were they doing forensics for 3 hours? Did they ever find out who sent the text to A&T? Oh, yeah, that was Derek Kella, baby. Yeah, that was Derek. Yep, Derek sent them the text. In my opinion, still a possibility that she never made it home and things were planted. Anno said the house was immaculate. How could there be no signs of a struggle? So you could be right. I think she made it home, though, with multiple reasons. And I just don't know if an 84-year-old woman would fight that much. I don't think she would have much fight in her. You know what I mean?
Come on, Maple. We're like, oh, why would an 84-year-old woman be living alone? But
Oh, my mom's 87 and lives alone.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to stay in your own home and live your life out. And I mean, I was surprised she didn't have an alarm, but again, I'm kind of not too, right? So I don't know.
do most people have alarms?
I don't know. We do, but I believe so. I mean, the people kind of my age or younger, I believe they do, yes.
And so how many, did the FBI just come here once?
No, they came quite a few times.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
No, it's
guys.
okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, what's Matt doing?
And what were there different questions?
When they spoke to me, they spoke to Matt a few times
Right.
too. There was definitely different questions. And then we have friends that kind of live in the back of us. So they would be at our house and then go to the friend's house and say, hey, do you know those people? Are they nice? Do you trust them? And they were like, yeah. They're nice people. So yeah,
Mhm.
it was interesting. But the questions were pretty normal. They did ask me about January 11th.
Yeah.
And that was about the time I saw the strange guy. So that
Listen,
all kind of
we're here.
connected with me.
What was the date? Do you know the date you saw the strange guy?
You know, it was around the 10th, 11th, or 12th for sure. Yes.
That's so interesting that it was that same time.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't really know the significance
Well-
of January 11th besides they keep asking a lot of the neighbors about.
We're talking about January 11th there. Now, Peggy says we have to remember how long the perp was in the house. Ooh, 1 second, guys. Okay. I'm back. Sorry. We have to remember how long the perp was in the house. Wasn't it 42 minutes? Maybe he cleaned up the house. Well, just because it says 42 minutes, it doesn't mean he was in the house for 42 minutes. Doesn't mean he was in the house for 42 minutes. Okay. It means on the property in the area for 42 minutes as well. I want to play this and then we're going to move on to something else here.
I wonder if that first surveillance photo, remember there's the two photos?
Yeah.
That one might be from January 11th.
It could have been. Yeah. I mean, that's
Yes,
probably why it's
it
so
was
significant.
the
Yeah.
11th.
Did they say anything about January 11th? Like why they were asking you about that?
No, they didn't. I tried to get information out of them. But they wouldn't give me any.
Was there anything else they asked you that was like kind of stood out to you?
You know, no. No, I was kind of more giving them information about the neighborhood because there's an abandoned house at the end of the street and somebody had just moved out next to us. And I thought that was kind of weird because they had lived there a long time as well. So I think I probably spoke more than I should have.
No. Are there like, I mean, I don't want to judge anybody, but are there people in the neighborhood that you've been like concerned about in the past or?
Well, not really. I mean, I kind of know the walkers and definitely around the holidays, you'll see the people that who are winter visitors
think
and
so.
things like that. So no, nobody that I've ever run into that I thought was odd.
No one like really creepy or anything?
I don't know. No.
Not really,
I don't know
no.
if I want to say.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, it's okay. It's
Because
okay.
I don't want them to like.
Yeah.
freak
Well,
out.
and you don't have to give the name. I just didn't know if,
I think there's a lot of weird people
Yeah.
that live in this neighborhood. Yeah,
and
for
had,
sure.
had people been telling the FBI about that, you think, like kind of telling them who they think?
Yes, I think so. Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially my neighbor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your neighbor has?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that stood out to them or?
Yeah, because he walks his little dogs every day and was telling me
Thank
actually
you,
yesterday
Anna.
about all the
Thank you
different
for
things
that.
that he noticed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because again, I just go back and I don't have any evidence of this, but
Thank you, babe.
like so many of the former FBI agents I've spoken to have just said a lot of times it's someone close.
So scary. Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
could be someone in that neighborhood.
Right? You just never know.
It could be, I mean, how often does a neighbor get pissed off and unalive a neighbor? You don't know what's happening.
I don't know. I was hearing about phone towers being pinged and things like that. And, because in the Kohlberger case, that was a definite thing that was a thing, right? Like there was a time frame. I don't know. I hope it's not anybody in our neighborhood. That would be scary. It might be, somebody that
It is a
maybe
very
visits
long
the
time.
neighborhood a lot. I don't know. It's really sad and really scary because my kids used to ride their bike.
When was that gym show? It was right around that time. Say January. Justin, wonder why her church friends wouldn't talk to Chris and Karen. In my opinion, it's because of the families requested that, in my opinion. They don't want it to get out in the news, all of that.
Bikes around by themselves and walk down to the neighbors' houses and things like that. So
your kids, did they grow up in this house?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So what do they think about all this?
Well, my son was telling me, he's like, oh, I know that because they used to just play out in the desert.
Cars?
It was kind of like the 70s where the kids would just disperse and be gone half the day and come home to eat. So he knows that wash very well that runs parallel to Minna Vista. It's a big canyon down there. Behind Nancy's they would play. I mean, so he said I could help find her.
Because there's kind of an open area behind Nancy's, I noticed. So I was looking at one.
She just said that canyon behind Nancy's as well. Too many things for me lead back to the family, i.e. the narrative. Long evidence hold of AG's car. Last to see her first on the scene. Next day, stranger verbiage writing AG's and SG's called MK2 continued. Well, it's a very interesting you said that, because now we are going to go to our friend Chris McDonough from the interview room. Link is provided in the description for any video we play today, guys. I want to show you this. I want to go to this part. Speaking of verbiage, let me find it here.
I concur now. I mean, it's clear as day now.
That's right. And
the first full note, right? Hello, Savannah. We have your mother, Nancy. She is safe, but scared. She will be held for ransom, and once payment is received, she will be released unharmed. We will be holding her for a maximum of 7 days. Once payment is received to the Bitcoin address below, she will be released within 12 hours of deposit to a safe drop-off location back in Tucson. Thank you for the finger heart, Jen. Appreciate your love. Thank you very much. Back in Tucson. So, are you saying she's out? They're saying she's out of Tucson. For her to go back to Tucson, that means she's not in Tucson, right? Thank you, Jen, for the sunshine. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you very much. 12 hours of deposit to a safe drop-off location back in Tucson. If the payment is not received by the last deadline on Monday, the 9th at 5 p.m., she will be KILED. Your mother is aware of this, and her life is in your hands. It is in the best interest of everyone to have this completed as soon as possible. Now, let's think about this. I agree. I agree, Deb. I agree. And why I said that is because they never showed proof of life. And that is the one thing that weirded them out. They said, the FBI and all of them, they said, sure, yeah, just tell us, just give us some proof of life and we'll happily pay you this money. Well, that's the next day the letter comes in. She's dead. She died shortly after we got her, probably a heart attack or something. Sorry about that, pretty much, and moved on. So right here it says, let me see here. Let me find it. Your mother is aware of this, and her life is in your hands. But Nancy didn't live very long afterwards. Remember, this came 2 days later. This came 2 days later. They said Nancy died in the very beginning, probably a heart attack or something. So this tells me right here that Nancy was the target, or they are just doing this to try to throw people off. One or the other. One or the other. Because they couldn't show proof of life. Even if she was dead, the family said that they would still pay. Right? But in the first ransom letter, her life, she knows this, and her life is in your hands. Second ransom letter, she died very shortly afterwards. Well, you didn't give this letter for 48 hours. You didn't give this letter for 48 hours. She would have already been dead by the time you sent this first ransom letter. Mofo. You're not thinking. This tells me this is not a professional. This is not a professional at all. Which there's very few professionals. People like to say professionals. There's very few professional hitmen out there. So listen to this. Ransom note sounds like a friend. Well, they know Savannah's the head honcho of the family. Hello, Savannah.
It's also clear that that second person who could easily have written that first note didn't. And I think, you know, it's interesting. I think the first person might have used a tool to try to get, you know, to write it. But this person is writing, like, you know, on a pad, you know, just what's flowing out of their mind. The first person is making an attempt to sound crisp and to the point and make a demand and all that. So
yeah,
I mean,
because
let's face it. I'm sorry, Chris. Let's face it. That second note destroyed.
Hold on, let me go to that one where he says, "We did not fully grasp the seriousness of her physical condition. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. She perished shortly after she was taken. We believe it was heart-related. She is buried in nature now. Nothing you could have done could have changed the outcome. We are truly sorry." Well, you never intended to hurt her, but there's blood on the porch. She perished shortly after she was taken. But the first ransom note said, your mother knows that you've got till 7 days maximum to send us money. But she would have already been dead by then, because this didn't come out until 2 days after Nancy was missing.
Crisp and
couldn't have happened.
To the point and make a demand and all that. So
yeah,
I mean,
because
let's face it. I'm sorry, Chris. Let's face it. That second note destroyed any chance that anyone was going to pay the ransom on the first note. So if you tell...
Now, this is the note that was left at the little memorial in front of her house, right? "Mama, we miss you so much. Our hearts are broken. We are standing on ash on scorched earth. But Mom, though we are sorrowed by so much darkness and I don't even know what that word is. I can't even see. Is it necessarily? Our love burns bright. We love you, Mummy. Something, what is that? We miss you so much. Our best friend. There we go. It's hard to read. Very bad writing.
Dead. Why would I?
Very bad manuscript, I might add. Very bad manuscript. Yeah, you would fail in my class for writing like that. I'm sorry, you would fail. That would be an F. Me, thank you for the 30 joules, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you, my love. Thank you very much, dear. We are standing on ash on scorched earth. Sounds similar to buried in nature to me. Just saying. Hello, Miss Drew.
They put the money in Bitcoin. That's why I concluded that the first person was furious at the second person.
Yeah, because payday was canceled.
Payday got canceled.
Yeah.
Why would you set that up and then have somebody else go, someone else sneaks behind your back and sends another note from the same email address?
Well, particularly since Savannah had said they would pay.
So that's what I'm saying. That sounds to me like somebody who said, I don't want this dirty money anymore. This is.
Or I'm scared that when the money does come, they're going to be able to trace it to us.
Right. I always pay attention to my free associations when I talk to a patient or an offender or I read something, and they always wind up telling me something later. If I think about a certain line from a book or literature or a character or whatever. And when I read that second note, I picture Judas with the 30 pieces of silver throwing them into the temple because they've lost all worth. And that's what I feel.
The Temple of Ruins.
Somebody who had some feeling about this woman hurt her and then realized that they got nothing. And this is the throwing the coins,
The writer of this note,
what's the worth of them?
Brings in the plural principle the exact number of times the writer of this note does.
Mm-hmm.
The word
interesting.
The writer of this note.
This is the poetry, right? Baked beans, douche, and a lawn chair. Wobbly pickle committee. Moist biscuit wizard. I don't get it.
Uses the word we 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
5 times.
You think they
5
are?
times.
Thank you,
Where's
Tracy.
the fifth one, John?
We'll look at him.
First line, we miss you so much. Third line, we're standing on ash. But Mom, though there's we love you, Mommy. We miss you so much, our best friend. So there are 5. And again, I'll note that.
Very poetic, right? It makes no sense to me, but
love is underlined unnecessarily and barely recognizable as the word love.
Must have been love.
Got it. This one, we have 1, and keep me on the right track on this one as well. 1, 2, poetry, we never intended. That was not our intention, which is a
plural
connection, plural, right? We again, so that's 1, 2, 3.
And notice this, Chris, as you count. She perished shortly after she was taken. Again, that's an avoidance of responsibility. She perished shortly after we took her, is really what
we
happened.
Didn't mean for this to happen.
Yeah, so they both have 5 if we count our.
We didn't mean for this to happen. It's them trying to avoid the responsibility, right? Now look at these. Let me play this one. I'll upload it. Let me show you.
As the plural connection. Maybe nothing. Interesting, though.
Or maybe something.
Very interesting that...
Here is the oracle. What can I make an autumn? A given situation. What is melancholy? A formidable opponent, dressed secretly. What is nature? Buried in nature. Remember that? What is nature? A pocket, sealed and torn. Why? Am I secret? Humble. Are those made alone? What is modesty? Failure. As landing. What is truth? The truth we first forget. What should I do? Carry a breeze or a cloud? You're rocking that lumberjack tonight. Well, thank you. I was kind of feeling lumberjack-esque today. Jack-esque. Yeah. Like a fluffy butt trumpet. Crusty muffin detective. A greasy pigeon counsel. Right? A funky chicken lawyer. A jiggle ham parade. A baked beans, a douche, and a lawn chair.
And I don't know what the cadence is in this.
It's lyrical.
And then we have the dark. Let me find this right here. The dark. Necessary lines lay tangent to each other, glanced against one intensity, only to err into different discovery, where the spiritual must grapple with the fact of the body, and where the body takes the blame for the deeds of the mind. Annie Guthrie writes, beneath the darkness, above it, next to it, on it, and below. The good dark stuns with its metaphysical inquiry into what simultaneously detaches and attaches us to the world. The haunting music of these lyrics, poems lift out of language of intimacy employed to address the delicate nature of belief. Annie Guthrie writes, given everything, the give forms our lips. It's only the shape of zero, and her clarity capulates us into our silence. She gives voice into the blur, which could be defined as an existence without edges or ledges that still creates an entrance. The good dark is a gift of infinite mindfulness. In the good dark, there are softened principles where other sorts of fairy tales see horror. Guthrie's poetry has more inclusive and forgiving frame. An elliptical, obscure lens, or perhaps it's a frame that splits and scatters across compelling still lives and environments. The Good Dark is a book of listening. It listens to bird sounds, thunder, the movement of a leaf or a cloud. It echoes and resonates of its own words. It listens even in silence, which has no edge. In delicate and precise poems, Guthrie addresses the dark, the God gone missing or hiding in the mirror, the soul barely discerned, and the poetry that this sheet music is so carefully rhythmic, so richly sonic, and so strong. Fuck that. Okay. Moving forward.
everything's been put through AI.
Yeah, exactly. It's been put through Coach. Whenever I write an email, I get an invitation from MSN for Coach to rewrite it.
What's your thought process about this, John? I mean, you mentioned the word love is underlined.
Thank you, Trash
Well,
Panda.
it's underlined and the letters are scripted.
I am glad you understood my poetry. Baked beans douche in a lawn chair.
Look at the spacing between most of the rest of the letters. Well, for starters, let's look at the first two, the first three lines. Mama, we miss you so much. Our hearts are all broken. The writing, which is kind of a combination of printing and a little bit of cursive, it's all kind of, well, it tends to angle downward, which to me suggests depression, sadness. The exclamation marks are thrown in to me. They look to me as if they're afterthoughts. Like, I want to emphasize this point. We miss you so much. Well, we would assume that. We're standing on ash, on scorched earth. Now we're back more on an even plane. Now, let me stress, I am not a graphologist, but I've done some reading and my eyes will tell me stuff. But Mom, though we are surrounded by so much darkness and uncertainty, our love burns bright. All of that's on a pretty even keel. Then,
standing on scorched earth means it's kind of like, to me it reads, it's kind of like hell on earth without you, right? But Mom, though we are surrounded by, what is that, R-O? So, sorry, it looks like an R. So much darkness. And unnecessarily, our love burns bright.
we start seeing
So, the earth is scorched, but it's bright.
choppiness. We love you, and then there's a huge space, Mommy. Now, and usually when there's a huge space when you're writing, it means that you've come to a place where you're lost for words. So we love you. What was she going to write? There's apparently some pause before she eventually writes Mommy, but there's a space which tells me some thought went into that. We miss you. Now that miss is, again, the letters are all crabbed together. Do we, and there's no dot above the I. So that could say miss you. We could, again, it's not carefully written and the letters are close together. We miss you so much. We know that it's supposed to be best friend, but again, the lettering is kind of obscure here. And then the two exclamation marks.
Well, and you have in this one, that was not our intention. Our best friend.
Yep.
We. So you have, what strikes me on this is why why do you have to, put the explanation there? Why are you forcing it into the note?
Yeah, that's an excellent point too. Well, why is this much explanation needed?
Gary?
Well, I have to tell you, and let me be clear that I cannot say anything about the particular person we know wrote this, because I'm being very careful about that.
I understand. Yeah.
But one thing that struck me about this, even the first time I read it, is that there's a misuse, at least it may be a misuse, of the phrase on scorched earth. The expression on scorched earth means, as you both know, the brutal military technique of.
He's absolutely right there. Trish, thank you for the trophy cake, babe. Very generous. Thank you very much for your support. Really, really do appreciate you, Miss Trisha. Thank you, babes. Listen to this. This is very interesting.
Destroying everything in your path as you leave an area so that the descending army cannot use it. You set fire to the crops and the property and everything else so that you go scorched earth. It means you burn everything down to spite the person that's trying to come in and take something from you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why the heck would that phrase be used here? We're standing on ash on scorched earth. So what's the implication of calling that scorched earth?
Everything's
Scorched earth is something you do to your own land.
Exactly.
Or your enemy.
You do it to spite an enemy. In other words, you hurt yourself.
I mean, I think there is some jealousy there. I think, and it can be jealousy doesn't necessarily, it can be a healthy jealousy to make you work harder or whatever. But, when you look at the three siblings, on paper, the least successful is Annie. She kind of took a different route in life. No one in the family has come out to defend A&T. Only Nanos said it was wrong to accuse them. If that was me, I'd be begging people. Well, I don't know about that. See, I think Savannah has defended Annie and Tommaso a lot. I don't think her poetry is some weird confession. I think it's kind of cruel to go after them with no proof. We all see when we know family is involved. This case, I don't think they are, in my opinion. And you have every right, Styro, to think that. I truly don't know. I truly don't know. I would be lying my ass off to you if I said that I didn't think things were weird about what authorities did to their house, how long they kept their car, some of their behaviors, and all of that. Now, that could be, some protocol that they were doing to, check them out and all that. But for them being in the house that long and keeping the car that long, I think it's weird. I think it's very weird. But it doesn't mean, they're involved either as well. Mic drop, says Deb. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you. Thank you for your support, my love. Nanos is dirty. He probably involved. He's got RICO charges. I don't think Nanos is involved at all. One thing that I have wondered, and I don't really like to get conspiracy. You guys know that conspiracies normally annoy the shit out of me, to be honest with you. But if Nanos, sometimes, I felt like, and I'm so glad the FBI is on it, because, let's just say that there are family members that could be involved. Not saying they are. Everyone's innocent unless until proven guilty. Would it come out? Because could that be very harmful to Savannah's career or her image? Could that be possible? That she would, just be not wanted out there? I don't know. Sweep it under the rug a little bit. And that's why I'm glad the FBI is on it, because the FBI won't sweep it for anybody. They won't sweep it under the rug for anybody. The note we are looking on the screen is from the kidnappers. No, this note that we're looking is from Annie, Tommaso, and Savannah. They wrote this at the little memorial that they had in front of the house. Why doesn't the note say, "Where are you, Mom?" I mean, does it have to say directly, "Where are you, Mom"? It's saying, to me, this is reading like they know that she's dead, which, the ransom note said that she was dead, and life is just not the same without you. Love you, Pam.
Despite an enemy. That's what scorched earth means. You're not getting what I have, even if I have to lose it myself. Now, why the heck is that phrase here? Now, I'm guessing that it was misused, that the way that the author means it, the way that whoever wrote this means it, is everything's been destroyed.
Yep.
But that's a misuse of the phrase, and it is very interesting to think about its actual meaning. So it's also, there's a quality to it. Now, look, let me be very, very careful.
Thank you, Carmelita. Thank you so much for 27 months. Hi, Justin and Pearls. Remember one of Savannah's first announcements? She said her sister said something about burning on embers. Yes, I sure do. Burning on the embers of hope, I think it was. You're absolutely right. Yes. Thank you very, very much for that. We're going to come back to this, but I want to show you this as commentary with what we're going here. Shanna on X wrote this. Who are Annie, Guthrie, and Tommaso? AZ Central is going to tell us. Meet Zach, a drummer for Jimmy Eat World, whose wife is Nancy Guthrie's niece, Holly. For the rest of the story, read the full article here. And this is Zach, and he says, imagine going through everything this family is going through and also having to contend with vile humans who post stuff like this. Unreal. Annie and Tommy are amazing people, dedicated parents who also love and care for Nancy on a daily basis. So, if that's true, they were over there every day. She required care every day. Okay. Interesting. Oldest daughter Annie Guthrie reports that a LinkedIn account that appears to belong to Sione says that he works in Tucson as a 6th grade science and biology teacher at Basis Oro Valley School. Jimmy Lind, Jimmy Eat World drummer, whose wife is Nancy Guthrie's niece, posted about Annie Guthrie and Sione on X February 4th. Annie and Tommy are amazing people, dedicated parents who also love and care for Nancy on a daily basis, he wrote. What is this? Where she was last seen around East Skyline Drive. Let me see if there's anything else to this. It's no secret that the amnesia. Okay. So, Tommaso is the husband of Nancy's oldest daughter, Annie Guthrie. Parade reports that. Okay, got that part. Then this just talks about Cameron Guthrie, a retired F-16 fighter pilot, Annie Guthrie, a writer and poet, and Savannah Guthrie, co-anchor of NBC Today's show. Okay. But they cared for her daily, which is interesting. I still wonder if her health was declining and they were trying to make some changes in the home.
About this. But, you know, I was inspired years ago by the wonderful writer Jameson, the psychiatrist who famously has publicly spoken about her own bipolar disorder. And she wrote this book called Touched with Fire, about the relationship between emotion and writing and painting and bipolarity especially. And what she talks about is how in some writing you get this black and white, light and dark, you know, good and bad kind of quality.
It was open with an app,
it reflects
Simply
the kind
Real.
of bipolarity or fragmentation within the author. And so she would say something like, well, you know, for Dickens, who was probably bipolar, to write, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, is not surprising because it's...
Okay, let me find the other part. I don't remember which one. Give me a second, guys. Right.
In this particular note, hopeful enough to comply. Number 3, the manufactured deadline.
26 months. Seen many cases on this channel. Children's cases are the worst, in my opinion. Elderly's are a close second. Nonetheless, they all deserve to be found and given justice. Amen, Lolo. Amen. Nobody's life should be taken. Hey, Bird Popcorn, good to see you. No, it doesn't make her dark. It doesn't make her dark. It doesn't at all. I mean, I think her poetry is a little dark, in my opinion. But you know, poetry is something that is, you know, very personal. It's a very personal thing, right? Oh, I forgot to show you this. Let me go to this real quick. Right here. This is from last night. Let me find it. Going to News Nation.
McCollum, active CSI in Metro Atlanta, was a crime scene investigator on 2.
Oh, no, wait. I showed y'all that, didn't I? 1 second. Is this from the 23rd? Okay. Let me go back to that so I can pull it up because I can't find the thing right now. Right.
Wave. Meaning, the FBI started flagging scammers who were searching the internet for targets by searching their social media posts and who also were potential for international travel. They contacted the target's loved ones, claiming to have taken their particular family hostage. Now, in this case, we know she was taken. So I'm thinking outside of the box here and thinking, could this be a hybrid? Okay. And by the way, this is not a wrench attack.
No.
This is a whole different scam and a whole different scheme. All right. So their prevention tips, or excuse me, they contact the target's loved one and claim to have taken the loved one hostage. Now, by the way, there's a name for this, and it's called the Affordable International Travel Wave. And you can get it by looking at the FBI's website. You can dig into it. Okay. So the FBI put out tips that said, look, these are prevention tips. And right now you can see them on their websites.
Okay, I found it. Here we go. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Double tap that screen if you're on your mobile device, your phone, your tablet, all of that. Look at this. Coming from Michael Ruitz from Fox. And he says, retired FBI supervisory agent Jason Pack says new excerpts from the purported ransom notes in the Nancy Guthrie case doesn't look like a typical kidnapping for ransom demand. The most telling sign there's no negotiation. Listen to this.
Kidnapping case, particularly this ransom note where the details have reportedly been released by a source close to the investigation, you see the most telling sign is this no negotiation, no further contact line. Genuine kidnappers want to keep the line of communication open. As a retired FBI negotiator, all the kidnap for ransom cases that we've worked, there's always a line of communication, whether that's directly with the kidnappers, through a third-party intermediary, or some other source, a private company negotiating on the family's behalf. These lines of communication.
Okay, so the first ransom note was, I'm telling you this, you've got 7 days. Here's the Bitcoin address. If you don't do it within this amount of time, she's dead. And that's that. No line of communication because they want their money, right? In this case, they're not showing, they're not saying, they're saying, here's the letter, it's over. You either drop it in there or she's gone. Most times they are asking for, a line of communication. Not here.
Remain open. So the fact that they wanted to cut off communication quickly suggests that they may not have had kidnapping for ransom as a primary motive, even though that's what this says. It doesn't seem.
Lori, thank you so much for the gold coin, honey. I apologize. I missed that a second ago. Thank you so much.
Like how a usual kidnapping goes down. Secondly, deadline pressure is a thing that kidnappers use all the time, but cutting off by saying this is our last communication also closes that line of communication.
Yes.
And rarely do they let deadlines go by without some sort of punitive action to kind of keep the pressure up on the families.
Right. Usually there's another one. And they certainly don't say, well, sorry, after you ask, well, just give us some proof of life and we'll give you the money. Snap. There you go. Take a picture. Thank you so much for the flower, Ametha. Thank you, love. Appreciate you very much. Justin, doesn't most cases tell the public about alibis? Like, do you mean with like Nancy or not Nancy, Tommaso and Annie? Is that what you mean? I mean, their alibi was that they were at their house, as far as I know.
And then telling the family that the mother knows about this and we've told them what we're going to do if you don't comply is also another pressure tactic on the family. It collapses their judgment time frame, and it just really tries to speed up the process and puts a lot of psychological and mental pressure on the families to reply. So all these things put together don't seem really like they go with the kidnapping for ransom. So that's why the details here are kind of surprising. Also, the details about the security camera and the spotlight that was out, that proves that they know what the home was like, what the environment may have been like, but it's not a real proof of life like in other kidnappings the FBI and other law enforcement have worked. You want to put something that the person who's taken the person can show they have proof of life and they have possession of this person and the control. And so in this case, it doesn't ever seem like there was a real proof of life. We saw all of those letters coming in. Those first two, we think maybe are legitimate, first couple, maybe three, but then the rest of these things coming in just were kind of extortionists who were opportunistic, I think, and we've seen arrests in those cases. So this new information should be caveated by the fact that we don't have all the investigative information that the police have and that investigators have in the context of this nearly 6-month investigation, where they can take a look at these initial facts that they maybe gathered and come back with 6 months worth of detail from their investigations, from talking to people, from getting these search warrants back.
Well, the only thing in Sandwich is absolutely right. The only alibis is one another, Annie and Tommaso's, and the only narrative that we know is of Annie and Tommaso's. Exactly what they said is what the sheriff said. They haven't put out their own theories or anything else.
Electronic providers, from taking a look at the digital evidence that's out there, from taking a look at the forensic evidence that's out there. All those things now, 6 months later, you should have a bit better of a picture about what's going on. And there's also some negatives that also can be proved too. Every phone number in that tower that they got a search warrant for, hopefully they've gone through, looked at whose phone that was, and were able to clear a lot of people. So that is a thorough investigation, and it takes time. And I know a lot of people may be frustrated at the time it's taking, but really, I think that this still is a thorough investigation, and it's not just the police or investigators thinking they've done phone to ring. I think they keep pushing forward with this. Eventually, somebody will call and give them the lead that they need.
So I found that pretty interesting. I want to go, Alex put this up, which I found interesting. Does anyone know when this tree went down? Nancy Guthrie Gym House, 2018 and 2023. Notice the big tree covering the garage was removed. Much better access and view from his property, which gym guy regularly uses it as Airbnb, especially when the GUN show and the gym show are in town. Gym guy also infiltrated with Nancy and was told to give Nancy gifts regularly. They looked at his house quite a bit. But you see that tree? There was a tree there. Now it's gone. There. Gone. As well. Sorry, had to come back to let you know my friend is having surgery now. Oh, absolutely, Pam. Absolutely. Absolutely. So there's that right there. Okay. Let me show you this now. Going back through it months later, there is information that sticks out to me. One thing of Nancy Guthrie's family said that she entered through the kitchen door. Is that the back door? Okay, look at this. These pictures. Remember the flower pots in the back? Were used to prop up those doors. The door to the kitchen. He has a vault in his house. I wonder if that house was the target, maybe. I don't think so, Goose. I don't think so. Because it wasn't ransacked. This house wasn't ransacked. Right? If they were looking for something, you would think that they would have ransacked the house if they were looking for something. In my opinion, they're treating this more like a celebrity PR crisis than a missing mom situation. Telling everyone to stay quiet isn't working in their favor. I agree. And then this is the back door. Right. I wonder if Nancy, I wonder if she had curtains or blinds now. You could see right in there because this is an old photo, but you could see right in there. Goose right, very suspicious. They are moving boxes out right after. Makes me think, well, like Nancy, they were into gems and jewelry and all that stuff as well. If the family is saying please be quiet when they've asked everyone for help. I know. And let me show you this. Oops, I don't want to show that. Pew pew. Look at this guy's lips. Let me make it big. Thank you for the sparkles, Low Gray. Appreciate you very much. Look at this guy's lips. This guy has full freaking lips. Look at that. He's got full lips. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for the silver star, baby. Appreciate you very much. This is not Tommaso. And this is not, oh, what's his face? I don't think female. But I think he's got full lips and big eyes. And I do think he's got darker hair. It's almost like he's got injectables. The top lip is a chicken lip. What's a chicken lip? What's a chicken lip? Sleuthberry. It's a chicken lip. Look at those lips, though. Is a chicken lip like... To me, it just looks like they're filled. Mustache looks fake. I don't think his mustache looks fake. I think it's the what's it called? The night vision. And I think he might dye it or something like that. But a chicken neck. I've heard chicken neck. Oh my God. I've got to show you guys this. I don't know if I can find it in time. But you guys remember... Damn, I might have to show it on my next Nancy Guthrie live stream. It is so fucking creepy. I was looking at a live stream the other day, and I actually videoed it. Let me see. But it is creepy, and I immediately thought of this case, is why I screen recorded it. Give me a second. I was like, OM to the G. I gotta have it here close. It's wild. Damn. Is here a screen? It might be under screen recording. Damn, let me see. That's going to annoy me now that I can't find it. Oh, I got it. Here it is. Here it is. I got it. You guys, look at this. Oh God. I can do it like this. Canva. I'll upload it right here. It's this Chinese place. I'm uploading it. Wait till you see this. It's crazy. Sorry, it took me a minute, but it's uploading right now. Okay, should be uploaded. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? Which I'll tell you, I don't think it's this. Ming Ming. Ming Ming. Ming Ming. Okay, this is from, I seen this the other day.
玄彬谁带都帅气啊！来，想看哪款公屏可以直接挑给我啊，朋友们。想看帅哥咱扣帅哥，想看美女咱们扣美女啊。正价16.9，今天咱们直播间就9.9一个啊！今天咱们直播间就有9.9一个，9.9一个。来，猪八戒，俺老猪来也！师徒4人都在1号链接啊！师徒4人都在1号链接，喜欢直接去拍啊！来个我们第一个。 梅西啊，梅西，看美女没有问题。
Now, isn't that fucking creepy? Here, I'll make it bigger for you. Isn't that creepy?
想看美女，咱们扣美女啊！正价16.9，今天咱们直播间就9.9一个啊！今天咱们直播间就有9.9一个，9.9一个。来，猪八戒，俺老猪来也！ 师徒4人都在1号链接啊！师徒4人都在1号链接，喜欢直接去拍啊！来个我们第一个梅西啊，梅西，看美女没有问题。
Now look at that dude. That turned into from a butch woman changing my oil to a man right there with one mask.
问题 C 罗有 C 罗有啊 ，C 罗1号链接和2号链接都有，你看你喜欢哪个款式啊？来啊，看看猴哥，来个我们那个猴哥啊，猴哥，来看美女啊，可以可以，来先给他看看猴哥啊，猴哥。
I don't know what that is.
猴哥啊，孙悟空1号链接啊，师徒4人都在咱们的1号链接啊，朋友们，师徒4人都在1号链接。来，再来一个我们的一个小美女啊。 来，这是我们的一个珍妮2啊，珍妮2，看着带。
Isn't that crazy? You can buy those. You can buy those for like $3. Nothing is out of reach these days. Yes, yes, you can be Prince Harry for $2.99, free shipping. Burger King guy, yeah. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think that because, you know, these are mass marketed, that law enforcement would be able to tell.
之后颜值嘚儿一下就提升上去了，是不是？一下子变得漂亮了很多哈，眼睛能看见，嘴巴能说话，鼻子可以呼吸啊，鼻子可以呼吸。
I was like. I sat and watched this. I was like, with my mouth open, the whole, you know, pretty much the whole time. Beth, thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate the super sticker. Very kind of you, babies. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Beth. Thank you, babies. Because everyone gets tracked in China wherever they go. Yes, you have a report card, a social report card. I want to be Katy Perry. Kill girl. Oops, crap.
玄彬谁啊？啊，师徒4人都在咱们的1号链接啊，朋友们，师徒4人都在1号链接。来，再来一个我们的一个小美女啊。
I don't think he
来，这是我们的一个珍妮2啊，珍妮2，看着戴上去之后颜值嘚儿一下就提升上去了，是不是？一下子变得漂亮了很多哈，眼睛能看见，嘴巴能说话，鼻子可以呼吸啊，鼻子可以呼吸。来，这是我们的一个珍妮2啊，珍妮2来1号链接。
Crazy
啊，珍妮2啊，在我们的一个1号链接，来再来一个我们的一个，再来一个我们的一个美女啊，苍老师。
Look at there. I mean, that looks like someone working for. That looks like an airline lady, without the hoodie, of course. But thank you so much, user. Good to see you, babe. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, lovies. Yeah, I don't think this person is that did this to Nancy. I don't think that they are you know, like American, like. Anili. Acrylic or gel?
啊，苍老师非常好看啊，苍老师非常漂亮。
But I just was like, oh my God. She zips that jacket like I've never seen. She zips it quick. Boo-boo. She does. But when I saw that, I was like, $2. I mean, she did so many of these. So many of these. Goose, the eyes never blink on perp. I don't think we have much time. Look at there. Little Miss Piggy. It's almost like 3D as well. It's crazy. Thank God for our DNA, right? Do you think that have Sloth from Goonies? Maybe. I love that comedian. You want boyfriend? You get long nail. You get long nail. Yeah. Very cute. She's brutal with the zipper. I know. She's there's this other like Korean gal on there, and she like changes into like dresses and stuff, and I'm like, girl, how do you change that quick? She's just like I'm like, girl, you go with it. Okay. Let me see, what else do we have here? But I wanted to show you, it's very interesting how that was going on. What is this? Okay, we got that. Nancy Guthrie video may have been erased. Okay, we covered that the other day. Did I show you guys the floodlights? No, you're not. You so smart. The Asians really know how to sell their product. They absolutely do, and good for them. Good for them. Who is Ivan? Is his last name Mectern? Ivan Mectern? I just feel like he has more victims than have been accounted for yet. Just my opinion. I don't feel like he's ever done something like that. Like, I don't feel like this guy. I think he's just kind of, I think he's more into the rug scenes, but he'll do it for money. I just feel like it's money. Money, money, money. In my opinion. Oh, here we go. Those lips. See, I don't feel it's a mask though. And I just don't see Luke right here. I just do not see Luke with those lips. Lip. Luke has what I call a Reba McEntire lip. He has very thin lips, especially on top. I don't know how you'd kiss him. I'm getting stupid now. But he's got hardly no lip on the top. See him right there? He's got no lip on top. Not Reba lips. I love Reba. I love Reba. Liver lips. What is in his pocket? He came prepared. Our camera would pick up the eyes, though, that I bet cut a slit for the eye. Bright light, ta-da. But the question remains, why was Luke targeted? 1,000%. 1,000%. I believe there's a reason. I mean, he was so terrified on that interview. Still suspect the Uber was an alibi to prove Nancy left her house in the evening. That's a really good comment, GT. See, she left. We drove her back. I'm a survivor. Well, good, Joe. Maybe you should ask him out. Piece of Jesus. I think he's got a Range Rover. Listen, there you go, baby. You would look so good in a Range Rover. One thing, they were very interested in this garage as well. They were very interested, seemingly, in the garage of Annie and Tommaso's as well. The interview room joked that Luke's mother-in-law turned him in because he had similar eyes as porch guy. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. I want to know what Kayla knows. That's what I want to know. I would love to talk to Kayla. Kayla knows, like the saying goes, where the bodies are buried. I have a feeling. Rugs Clippy. And that may be literally where the bodies are buried, but we don't know. People trust me. Yeah. Oh, I know you have, Virginia. Annie stayed home. What time did her husband arrive back home? Did she ever say that to us? What, did Tommaso come back from Nancy's? When did Tommaso come back from Nancy's? I'm assuming he just dropped her off and came home. Kayla has Guthrie ancestries, but it doesn't say which one. Yeah, I don't think there's like really any direct. My sick piggy is named Luke. I'm holding him now. Oh, Joe. Prayers for your piggy. Justin, they said Nancy watched a pre-recorded live in church. That's sus. And Savannah attended the same church. Online, of course. Yeah. Yeah, but that was every week. Luke has trial coming up for Ruggs and Pew Pew. He also is a felon, so he shouldn't have a Pew Pew on him. Correct. He had a lot of Ruggs as well. And then I think of the Circle K. How I'm like, was this perp, around this Circle K? Were they, waiting for Tommaso to leave? Or like they were being watched. They were being watched. They were certainly being watched. Then Tommaso. See, that's not. See, Tommaso, like that is not him. It's just not. That's not him. I wonder if Tommaso sounds like Mario. Does he have an Italian? He probably has an Italian accent, doesn't he? Accents are very sexy, by the way. Yes, and he had all the Walmart stuff, not very expensive. Yes. Because he's from Italy. The eyebrow, it's just not the same, in my opinion. You can't even see Tommaso's top lip, generally. Did Annie and T tell law enforcement from the beginning it was no walk away? That's what they said, that they were like, listen, this is not a walk away. This is supposedly the 11th. I think it was going to happen. the 11th. But then maybe they were just on reconnaissance around the 11th. I don't know. Something happened. Deb, this whole case doesn't make sense. No, it's all fucked up. It really is. It really is. All right, guys. That's going to do it. User, thank you for the sun balloon, baby. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, love. That's going to do it all for this one. This case is so confusing. What is this? You know, they're freaking out. Like, this person, you know, is watching all of us. They are freaking out. They got an email. Justin, you want me to go? Do go. I thought you mean don't. I just don't understand how the daughter could go so many hours without hearing from mom. Well, I don't think she went hours without hearing. You know, she dropped her off, or they dropped her off, and they went to bed. She was going to go to church the next morning, and that didn't happen. You know what I mean? So I think that's really all it was. Justin, go live and chat with this. I'm old. I am elderly. I am aging. I have got to get my rest. What can she do? My mom didn't like me in her space. Hey, Laura, good to see you. She didn't text mom, are you home safe? Like, oh, 12 hours. Gotcha. Well, but, I mean, Tommaso dropped her off. Why can't we hear the 911? I'll tell you why, in my opinion. Because it's a pending investigation, and thank you, Laura. And in my opinion, they haven't cleared A or T yet. That's why. In my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. I'm almost 2.5 hours, so I'm going to end it here. I got to be on the road at 2:30 in the morning, headed to Chattanooga. Oh, nice. Good for you, Horsey. Were the cell phones wiped clean before Ellie got there? Don't know. You're funny, Laura. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Much love, everyone. Bye-bye.